Alright, so you can probably hear he's still crying, so this is directly after the previous video. So I'm just going to set a camera in here at this view I'm looking at. So I'm looking in this way, so I have gone up here and I've set to look in through the UCS. So just go to where you want to look from and then hit this one here, and I'll delete that, and then we'll go back and put in a camera. So put a camera in here, and then you want to go, it's an overview and what style I want to use. Let's scroll down, user, and I'm going to use object selected labels. Probably shouldn't use that one. View model labels, I'll use that one. I think that's going to work. And then we want to set this to like maybe quarter or half inches to 1, and we can just call it overview. Now my drawing might not be set to bring in this note, but we'll keep going, it doesn't matter. We don't need to restrict this because we don't have anything else in the model. So okay, so I'm going to click this and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to my selected camera page, full NCD, and I'm going to name this, I like to have this E10, so I already have the E set up to come in, so I'm just going to call it 10, and we can see it's working away down here, and we can see we got E010, and then let's go back and set the UCS up the proper way on the wall. So I'm going to do another camera on the wall, so let's go to our cameras again, pick another camera, I'm going to put it on the wall, and I'm going to do a plan view camera, and we'll just call it roof plan for now. You can change that, and as soon as you update it will change. And I'm going to go into my drawing styles and I'm going to pick elevation plan 330 seconds, and I'm going to do quarter is to 1. I generally try to err on the side of keeping it smaller. These sizes look kind of okay, so I'll just change them to 24. This here, I don't need to restrict this because there's nothing else in the model, so it's nice. You can just leave the camera over here rather than having a whole big camera. Display type, and that's okay. Alright, so that camera is set up. I'm not going to do the automated version. I have it set up to output all my plan cameras and all that. So what we're going to do now is we've got 2 more views to do. So what I'll do is I'm going to turn my UCS in the X direction, or rotate it around the X, and you can see I'm looking in through the Z. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a camera on one of these. I kind of like to do it where the connection is this way, so I'm going to just go and select the camera and put it in here, and you can see it looks like it's the right size, but also the problem is it's going to pick everything. So so I'll just call this, what size is that beam? W12. So we'll call that W12 to W16 connection, and the style is going to be my style of detail ADM, this one, and we're going to make this 1.5 inch, and front rear we can do 12 inches by 12 inches, and I'm going to make it fixed, and I'm going to do 3 feet. I usually do 3 feet or 30 inches if I want it a little smaller. So that's good, that's set up. Detail, that's okay. So now what we can do is we can copy this one. So let's copy this one from the midpoint between these 2, and I'll copy it right to the center of that plate, and then set my UCS back correct so I can rotate this, and then I'm going to rotate this around the center point of that plate, and make sure you go in and change this to bearing plate. connection. So you can name it whatever you like. Obviously, I'm just doing this quickly. So what you can do also is, if you want to come in and create a model view, what you can do is a model view, add a joint box, or you can use any of these, but if you want to go at the joint box, just pick that joint box and call it, give a name. We'll call it W12 to W16, and we're going to come in this direction, and you can see it's made a quite a small joint box, so that's not big enough, so I want to see a little more than that. So we'll just do this, and then you can go into this one if you want, and you can see that's what you can see, and then you can come in here and advanced properties, and I can come in camera properties, create automatic camera. I can go to details, and I'll just do connection 2, I'll call it, and we'll come in here and we'll set the size of this. Now the way I'm doing this is it's for small projects. For large projects you'd have it more automated than what I have here. So now if you don't like the direction of that camera, what I can do is let me go out with that again, sorry. You can just right click on it and do change default direction, and you can change the direction. So right now it's going this way, you can change it to this way, or you can change it down on top. So let's say I change it down on top. Alright, so now we want to put the plan view on the camera, and we want to put these 3 on the camera. So what we'll do is pick this, come back in here, go to that camera, and I'm going to name this 100, so it should name as E100. Okay, so let's see, this should come up here as E100. It's come up as E102 for some reason, so let me just check my output here and see why that has happened. E102, I didn't type in 102, did I? Alright, well, let's say you make that mistake and you want to rename drawing number, so change this to, now if you change this to 100, okay, the way I have it set up, I'll change the number in a minute. It's just opened it, so let's not worry about it for now. So I don't know why it did that. So let me select these other 3. And let's do the same thing. Let's come over here. And let's put these on 101. And 103. That's strange. Now it works all the time for me. I don't know why it's jumping numbers for some reason. So this is something I'll have to come back to. But for now, let's save that. Let's go back into the document manager. So let's say you have this problem. Don't know why I have this problem. Sorry about that. So what you can do is come in here, rename your drawing. So this one, we want to call it 100. Now if I open it, let's see if it has renamed it to E100. It has renamed it to E100, right? So go back here again. I think I know what the problem is. I do know what the problem is. So I'll start again. So what I'll do is let's close that. Let's close that. I have spotted what the problem is. From the very start, I have not named my project. So I should have named my project. So I guess I was going through it as quick as I could. I forgot to name the project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to save the project as Valley Stream and I'm going to save it. So what's happened is I have previously done a drawing into that folder, the temporary folder. So now let's go again. So we have to do them all again. So let's pick this one and let's come in here, select the camera space. So I guess that's a good way of finding out what I'm doing wrong, at least. So I'm going to name this 10. So I'm going to put the 3D one, the isometric, on E10 again. Then I'm going to select the plan view one. Now you can see that the loaded PDF is gone because I've changed the save location of this file. So that can be fixed in a minute as well. So I'll fix that in a minute. So let's put this one on the drawing. We're going to put this on E100. Hopefully this time it'll work. And you can see that it is now on E100. Alright, so now we're going to select these. Let's select these two first. And we'll put these on E101. And after this process, then I guess we'll assume that the approvals were complete. So let's copy this one over. I forgot about the other lintel beam that I have here. And let's copy it over to the center of this beam, which is there. And let's change this to lintel detail. Lintel detail, and the detail box front rear is fine. Actually, I'll make it a little smaller because the corner, I don't want the corner to show up over here. And the X direction, we want to do 8 feet. It's more. Let's do 12 feet. Okay, probably long enough. And now we're going to select this one, and we're going to put it on the existing. So we'll put it on the existing one of E101. Okay. Okay. So it's going to put it on E101. And so now if we want to go to the 3D one, let's go here, show camera detail. And you can see here's your 3D one. Now it depends how you have yours set up, how accurate it's going to be with your labels and everything. Now I don't really want those erection marks in there, so maybe we'll see if we can take them out. So what I'll do is I'll bring this back down to 3/8. Now my overview never came in here, so I can change that also. So let's pick on this camera, and we're going to see that it's 3D view models labels. Okay, 3D view model labels. So let's come in here. 3D model view labels. So 1 and 3D model view labels. This one here is what we got to change, and we can see here's the title. So I want to change this title to others, which is the note. I want to also put a line under that, and then I also want to add the scale so that we can have the scale in there. Now you should create a new one for this, but I mess around with this all the time, so I'm not really worried about messing it up even more. So really you should create your own new one, like one of these ones. And I'm going to apply them changes, and then I'm going to come into the object presentation, and I'm going to have a look down here. I want to go to main part beams, so it's all main parts. Because there is no main part beam, so this is covering all main parts. Double click on that, and you can see show compass mark for beams in 3D views. Turn that off. Now let's go back. Before I apply this, I want to check the scale, because it'll scale up if I don't change this back to whatever I have on the drawing. And then I'll use it, and we'll zoom in a little, and we should see that these triangles will disappear. There, they're gone. So now you just need to move your labels around a little bit wherever you want them. So they're on the right end of the beam. I want them north and east, west as they are. And we'll just put them like this for now. That's fine. Alright, so let's say your 3D view is good. It's giving the guy an idea. You want to plot it out, so let's plot it just to have a look. Okay. And I'm going to plot it to that same folder so I don't make a total mess all over my computer of different stuff. I have these 1, 2, 3 folders just for this purpose. So we can see there's our, I don't like to look at the labels in there, so I would probably put the labels above the beams, but for now it'll do. You can see the overview and the scale came in here. That overview is controlled by my camera, so that is my label, which is here, overview. So if I change this to whatever you think, why was I thinking of typing in something weird, right? So let's type in something weird for the laugh. And pick on this and labels and update. And that'll change to whatever you have that label, right? So I didn't have that planned out. Let's change it back just in case I send it to somebody like that. Now, it wouldn't matter because it's literally just this one camera that's like that. So let's select this, update detail, and it'll update this back to overview. And then I might think that's a little slower, so I'll move that down, and then we'll say, okay, this is good. So then I'm going to go back, I'm going to select the plan view, and then I'm going to do, what do I want to do here? Yeah, I want to come back over here, sorry, and I want to do, it's a little hard to see what's going on here. Let me select this first, and come in here and go to select new path. And I want to come back here and go to clients and value stream and documents received, and this one here, open. Now let's see if that has rectified my problem. Yeah, so that has fixed my problem, right? So there's my PDF is back in, okay? So I'm just going to go back here, turn off the PDF layer because it's just going to slow down your modeling. All right, so now I want to go and check the next one out, right? So I'm going to select this. I'm going to go show camera detail. It'll open that up for me. And we can see that I actually want my labels the other way. Sorry, I want my labels down here. So I like to have them south and west. So move your labels. You can see I have them set up to come in with the height. So these beams are up 1'5" off the wall, and there the reference is from the camera. So wherever I set up the center of the camera, if I check the distance here from there to the top of this beam, you can see down here is 1'5" in the Y direction. Now it's because I have my UCS rotated, so that's good. That's what you want. Obviously that's not the way I'll send it in. I'll remove those labels by using a different drawing style, but for now you can see this one is showing nothing because it's the height. So if I want the labels to disappear, it would just mean moving the camera up, because I have it set to come in with alignment with the height of the objects off the 0 point. So if I move this in the Y direction to the top of this beam, that didn't work, sorry. If I move this up in the Y direction, it'll be 1'5" up. And now if I go back and update this, these will all change to 0, and this one will change to -1'5", right? So label, update detail. So you can see -1'5", and the other ones have come in. So we can move the labels around, but you can do that yourself. You can see I'm missing some dimensions, which I don't have set up to come in because I like to check them anyway. So that's how I check them, by putting them in myself. So I'll just add dimensions like so. Now that dimension style is too big. I like to change that size down, and it'll come in as this medium size. Next, then you want to put some hatching on your walls, so just select your walls. Now you can have this also set up to come in automatically, so I'm going to hatch in the rear. I guess I should hatch in the rear because the front is not going to work, and I'll do one, and I'll do concrete. Update detail. And there's your hatching, and you don't have to update it after you do it the first time. If you come back in and do advanced properties, and sorry, I picked the wrong one. If I come back in and do advanced properties and go to hatch and then change this 1 to a 2, you can see it'll change the hatch automatically. Alright, so let's say this is good. Add a couple of dimensions, whatever roof plan has come in, that's what I wanted. Now we're going to go to the last drawing and let's have a look at it quickly. And we're going to pick this one here, and it's the easiest way to open the drawings is just pick one of the cameras and go to it. I love that feature, it's great. And you can see here they came in with all their names on it. You can see it's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty good. I have no pocket here, so I'll need to make a pocket in that wall. So you probably want to move this. We'll move this one down. And then what we can do is we can add the other one. So let's come back. I just wanted to show you this. So we can do this one, and we can add this one to that drawing. And it's going to show in this direction here. Actually, I changed it to the top, right? So here it is. Now you can see my clips aren't showing up here because I must have the clips, the beams and side width are set up in this detail to not show any visible lines. So if you want to fix that, you're going to want to check the drawing style, which is this one, the usual one, which I mess around with all the time. And we want it to come in exact also, so let's go to detail view, 330 seconds, object presentation, and it's not going to be main part beam, it's going to be this one here, visible, so it's not going to be that one. So it's going to be one with clips. Have I set up with angle? This one, visible all. So visible, exact, hidden, apply. Just check your size. Okay. Sorry, it's called for dinner. So half, apply, use, and now these clips should come in if I'm right. So the clips have come in. Alright, so there's the clips, you can see them. So that's basically what you're getting at. You want to put in some dimensions. You can change the labeling system. I've been playing around with it quite a bit, so this is not exactly what I would want to see. So also you can go back and you can change the direction of this. So you can also show the camera graphic, right? And now if you come in here and change the view to, let's say, this way, now it changes the camera graphic also, so you can see there's a camera there if you want to leave it there, or you can just hide the camera graphic, pick that again, come here, put it on that drawing again. So that's kind of the process how I do it for small projects. For larger projects it's different, but I do a lot of smaller projects anyway. So let's see if this puts this on the drawing from the other direction. And my laptop screen is just going a bit flat because I haven't got it plugged in. So here it is from the other direction. So, you know, the problem is now when you update this one will change also. but I think it will anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it's changed now also. But if you go, oh damn, why did I do that? Then you can just back out of that, right? And back to the other way. You can even explode it if you wanted to. So you could just pick this and explode. And then you could select these and group. Now, I think actually that compass symbol might go weird. Yeah, the compass goes weird if you group it. So let's back out of that again. Alright, so that's kind of how you get your drawings on sheets. So I'll leave it like that for now, and the next video I'll just do the piece details for those couple of pieces. There's not too much in it, so it'll only be a couple of minutes. Alright, hope that helps. It's only a simple project, but it might help people get started with simple projects. Okay, thank you.